back then when he did on record, saying, hey, like, I would never want to be like that.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium, right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. To return it, Darius Phillips. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
I'm going to pick a game plan.
I actually didn't know him. And I think a lot of times we're judging people by what we think they are. We kind of just talked about it. Like, you know people from what they share, or from what gets covered by what they share, or from what gets covered by what they share, or from what gets covered by what they share.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Chuck Clark gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also fourth down now. The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Here comes Grant on the return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down.
Oh.
Man is Duvernay. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy
I tried to get there, but
6. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season.
Don't ran the ball with a running back.
For a Baltimore touchdown.
These niggas dirty, man.
Kevin Duvernay.
A wide receiver.
Touchdown now here. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Thank you.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll hand it off. This is Mixon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Adafe Owe there on the tackle. Well, these two teams hooking up for the second time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there. So they're looking for the sweep back here at home. On 2nd and 9. Burrow. Flush to his right. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
A big
Those are Jakeem Grant at running back.
You get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
3rd and goal. Jackson steps away. Powering his way forward. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
Trying to wedge his way in there, no signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They tried to sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bengals are going to get the football back. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Touchdown, Bengals. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this
appreciate you, brother. Like, don't let nobody tell you different, all right?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Yeah.
The Raven offense set at the door for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the
Yo got Rashad Bateman at tight end. Yo dirty.
Didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
I don't know about you, but I can
Don't keep cool with all that keep running. Keep running. Don't be cool with all that.
It's palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll roll him out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. A big connection on that one. 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. 7-7, our score after one. Second and 7 with our score tied at 7. We're ready to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll have it, and I think the ball's out.
Hey, whatever happened to the days of just getting a fumble recovery? Everyone's into taking it the other way and trying to create points themselves, aren't they?
Well, they are, and now a terrific opportunity inside the 5.
Oh, got luck.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3. They'll try to run this one in. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. From the gun, Jackson rolling to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or 2.
You're going to keep playing. That's the 3rd time you're going to fumble this game.
Inside the 10-yard line. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
I know you don't like them white boys. That make you. Them white boys make you. Them white boys get you hot, don't they?
Sails over the end line. The Cincy offense are ready to go here on their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
He didn't catch.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag.
They don't even show you the play.
We'll get a moment here as they look this one over.
Yeah, remember now, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear video evidence to the contrary. And I give these officials a lot of credit. Such a tough and demanding job. You and I both know that. Yeah, they make the right call way more often than they get it wrong.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
That's no way.
Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chuck Clark able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
You lying. Oh, my God. When is the...
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Why? What is your... Oh, hold on. What is your leg on to be punting the ball like that? No, I hit it. It was perfect. It did the little noise and all that. I should have just went for it.
They go play action now. Jackson. This is caught. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, though, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's always a regret when you're that close to the goal line. But let's go back to what you talked about before. Getting his feet down. Would you say dotting the I? I can cross the T as well. That was excellent footwork to get in bounds and make a great catch.
Throwing is Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here.
Who the F is that, man?
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, when they didn't get points on that drive, this could cost them.
Escaping the pressure right. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right.
That's what we're going to do now.
Coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
First down. Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan.
Well, I can't punt the ball, obviously.
With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Burrow going for it on 4th. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, the best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw.
Pick.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson, sliding out of the pocket. That's going to be caught, and he'll be out of bounds.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Lamar Jackson with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker now to add the point after. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw is incomplete.
Okay, they went for the fake off the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that?
No, you done gave it up once. I don't touch it no more.
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 2 interceptions already here in this 1st half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow.
Nah, my icons ain't up. I can't see.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
He will find his man Chase complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Again, it's Burrow. Flush to his right. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive.
Now Burrow loses the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Jackson on the move to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep. Back over the middle. And that's caught inside the 30. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Baby girl.
2 interceptions thrown in the 2nd quarter.
And you know, a lot of people
that baby girl, I'm lying.
Maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one, and they probably are.
I
think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a 2nd one. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. McPherson now for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
I thought that was halftime. I thought that was, I mean.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson escaping the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. And finally down to the 41-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando.
Yo, you know what, yo? It killed me too because we had started the franchise and they had Kaepernick on my roster starting over Burrow. I was hot. I said, why would y'all sign Colin Kaepernick?
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Good.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield. And, Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. Second half with the lead, this is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Jackson now. And he's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. We've got to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
Throw it out. Just throw it away.
He'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They have to look what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat.
You ain't lying.
Now Burrow.
Oh my
Under
God.
pressure and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Adave Owe drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. McPherson's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold,
yeah, I thought him.
Right on target, and the blocking was perfect.
Sound about right.
And he executed so well.
And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Flushed out right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him
got Marquise Goodwin
outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
Busted the tackle. Von Bell up to make the tackle. These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson, and he lost the football. Look at the big man rumble. 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3-time hit on the first play of the drive.
This create white boy.
Now it's Burrow.
Oh my! You got to come on! You got to come on! Come on! Oh my God!
Taking it right down Broadway. The 40. Past the 20. And this is going to be brought back.
Madden is so cheap, yo.
Touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson being chased out left. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Yeah, let's
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Quick slant caught by Chase. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39.
What the
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that. When you talk about a 300-yard passing game, to me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Flush to his right. And he will go down
We're
outside
flag.
the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Burrow will throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Sample, the tight end. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Complete to his tight end Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again, it's Burrow.
That's why they wasn't a fumble. Good God Almighty.
As they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw here. This is caught. It's Boyd. Touchdown. Tyler Boyd. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Hey.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
From the 27, Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people
Henderson is a beast.
type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can
That
do
white boy
it.
Henderson on the edge. Every time I look at him, he on.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's got some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 51 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Goodwin. His second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Jackson here is going to look to throw. Buying time to his left.
I mean, I just never.
To bump the lead up 2 more. So the signal caller doing it himself there on the 2-point try.
You got to like that. We always talk about the ball staying in the
You
hands
won't
of the
even
best
come
players.
up.
Most of the time you want to get it to a back, pitch it to a wide receiver. In this case, the quarterback did it himself.
On the return, Phillips. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. So that one will be accepted. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Burrow looking to pass. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Houston, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you...
Touchdown, Bengals! C.J. Uzomah, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far.
Yeah, you know how I go.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the middle.
I let it get to the top, but I just be missing it.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. Well, that's a tough, costly penalty because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. We knew he had the potential to give this defense fits with his arm, but he's really giving them fits with his legs in this one.
He got him tied in knots, doesn't he? Because you can see the indecision all the way through. Because when you're defending an RPO and you have to have the proper assignments, that means you're thinking.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Trey Flowers picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
And McPherson on for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchdown.
He must have cut him. They know what's up. I hate that you'll still be an X factor when you throw a pick.
After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. Do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And all the way down to the 7-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And that was the old QB one-man play there on the conversion.
And look, let's face it, even quarterbacks who don't have great mobility, in certain situations, they're able to actually take the ball in themselves.
Now on the return, oh no, the ball is loose.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. That's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded right at the goal line.
He caught that in the. He caught it in the end zone, yo. Did he not catch it in the end zone? I'm just standing there waiting. I'm like, yo, I'm supposed to see what he's gonna do, yo.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Eluding the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football.
I don't care, nigga. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Goodwin, his third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Ravens are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this fourth quarter lead. They'll look to throw.
Nobody coming up. Look at that. Look, nobody comes up.
They're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for two more.
I just was doing that 5 point, yo. It was a 5-point game, yo.
On the return, Phillips. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be...
You had his back. Oh, okay, get me out of there.
Picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play.
And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got two more to use here in the final stages. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. And my goodness, another interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And the Bengals will take over here at their own 12-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent.
Good guy.
A quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game,
we're gonna run it back.
Never, not in a million years, but here we go.
I'm about to start getting ready for work now.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.